Yo, what is up? Racer here. I will make a quick video about my League starter, which is a Gladiator, Racer Strikes Back. I wanted to make him a Retaliate Gladiator, but the skills felt pretty bad for map clearing, and the DPS also, I mean, it's there, but I don't know, it felt clunky, so I spec'd into Lacerate later on, and I'm pretty much pure Lacerate now, and Shield Charge for clearing. And we drop some Blade Storms for the Maim and the Culling Strike on bosses. I've cleared a bunch of T17s deathless, I did all the Pinnacle bosses deathless, haven't tried Ubers yet or Simulacrum, but I imagine they go quite okay if my mechanics are there. So, yeah. This is gonna be a quick guide. I have some gameplay in the background just so you can get a feel for the character. Yeah, some people on my friends list, or two people on my friends list that asked me about the character, and they have both converted to it now, so, I mean, I guess it's pretty decent. It's not a big idea, it's basically just Gladiator and Lacerate. The tree is pretty cookie cutter. I get block cap, I get pretty decent suppression, 57 or 67, and then lucky with a flask up, and the flask are flagellant, so they are pretty much always up. Yeah, I also stack some endurance charges, and then it's just a bleed Lacerate character. The clear is really nice because you're just shield charging around and everything is popping, and that's it. So let's start with the gear on that note. For the shield charge I use the gloves, which I just self-crafted with a bunch of essences of delirium. Just get the fracture base, throw on some essences until you hit a decent resist, and then craft life and Exile whatever you can get. Then the other core pieces I would say are obviously the axe. You want an axe with a high and physical damage, and if possible damage over time multiplier on there. Then the shield is one of the most important pieces, I guess. You really want the recover of life when you block mod. The additional physical reduction also is very nice. I would try to get both. I also got some more phys reduction on my chest. I think ideally I want a hybrid chest here with phys reduction and suppression, so I can pretty much get suppression capped with lucky, and yeah. Then for the amulet, I got this talisman. Basically I just got a bunch of amulets that look pretty much like this and talismaned them until I got something good. 4% additional phys reduction was the first good one I got. I would also be happy with damage multiplier. It's fine. And then you really want a Rislatha in the end game for the more maximum physical damage. We stacked this quite a bunch on the Rislatha as well as on the tree and through volatility, which is somewhere in my links right there, because we are basically just always fishing for a really high max hit bleed, which is also why we have a high damage axe, right? And then the boots and the rings and the helmet are just there to fill out all your resists, get suppression, yeah, get some damage if you can. And that's pretty much it about the gear. So I don't have any elemental ailment immunity, so I'm using a shock flask and a freeze flask. For bleeds, I basically just stand still, and I have a corrupt and blood jewel, right? And then I think the tree is pretty cookie cutter. You're gonna find a lot of builds that have similar trees right now. And then blood magic, just because I didn't want to bother with the mana, and my damage has been fine all the time, so I think it's good. It's nice quality of life to not have to worry about all that stuff. Finally, the Light of Meaning is really strong. Like in this position, even though I don't even have all the nodes that you can possibly get, like my next two node levels are probably this life. It's something like 20% more because the build really lacks increased physical damage. Also, as soon as you get this jewel, your bleed explosions will almost always clear rare mobs with your shield charger as well, because all the white mobs explode, and you can go really fast then. Finally, the Ascendancy nodes. Basically we want block and lucky block, right? This gives us 88% effective block, which is huge. And I chose to go with Aggravate. You can probably... And I chose to go with Aggravate. Basically, so I can clear with Shield Charge. And it just feels nice to play, in my opinion. Maybe you can make the argument for Uber bosses, you swap to War of Attrition or to Weapon Master. And just aggravate your bleeds by attacking a bunch. But yeah, for general mapping, I went with Jacked Technique. Okay, that's it. I hope I got some decent footage in the background, and I will leave you with a T17 clear and another T17 boss. That's it from me, and have fun with the build if you're gonna give it a try. I think it's really nice to play, it feels really smooth, and it's just a bunch of fun. Bye bye!
Feel death's grip. Arise, my children. Feed. Your soul burns for me. Give your soul to me. Your soul burns for me. Give your soul to me. Volamak! Arise, my children. Feed! Feel death's grip. Soul to me. Your soul burns for me. Volamak, feel death's grip. Mortal.
Exilium!